So if you're watching my videos in series, if you will, you'll notice I'm wearing the same shirt. Yes, I did a bunch of videos in one night. I got inspired, got bored. Really was just kind of feeling as if I had some information that might be useful. Hopefully it will be. Maybe it won't be. We'll find out. But I don't only have one shirt. I have more shirts. I just have been wearing the same shirt. Right. So leaders. My last video, I hinted that I'd be doing my next one basically be on leaders. What is a leader? If you haven't already figured out basically what a leader is, you have your fly line. Then, especially if you're trout fishing, you need to have this invisible connection between your fly line and then the fly because trout are very picky. Bass, perch, crappie, anything else, not so picky. So I'm not going to speak to the trout. There's other people that are out there. One of the things that I had a hard time finding when I was starting to begin all this journey was leader tying or leader selection for the average stuff you're going to catch on a river or a lake. So that being said, there's absolutely no shame in going buying a tapered leader. A lot of videos out there about what a tapered leader is, where it goes down to 4x, 5x, 6x, what kind of tippet to put on the end of it. What I'm specifically going to do is saying, hey, on this video is basically so you don't use up a lot of money on things that you may not need if you're just going to be doing river or lake fishing for panfish, bass, whatever else. Okay, so fly line, the next connection needs to be something thick. It's called the butt end. It needs to be a thick line. I do a lot of river fishing. I like high visibility line for the first section. If you're going to tie your own leaders, highly recommend tying your own leaders. We'll get to why I do in a second. If you buy a tapered leader, it's going to be pretty much be monofilament or fluorocarbon. You can look at why those are different combinations are good or negative. Here's what I use for almost every single one of my butt sections. It's green, highly visible. I nymph a lot. Nymphing is basically using a sinking bug. I don't use a strike indicator when I'm on a river. You can. Strike indicator, look it up. I'm going to cover it, but if you're really bored and that video didn't pop up, you can look at it somewhere else. I like high visibility fly line, visibility butt sections. Um, for my river fishing, that's all I've ever needed. Both my 4 weight and my 8 weight, I go with 25-pound trilene, big game, green, high vis. Right. So what you're doing is you're basically stepping down. You're going from big to small. I do, and this is where I'm probably going to get a lot of crap from the professionals, what you are and aren't supposed to do. I make a really big jump from that 25 pounds. I do about 2 to 3 feet. Every leader is a little bit different. If I throw a bug and I don't really like the way that it's folding, watch your videos about how to fly cast. When the loop opens up and the fly hits the water, if you cast properly, I had a lot of trouble casting at the beginning and my fly line looked like a wasp nest when it hit the water. Anyway, if I don't like the way it's unfolding, I'll shorten or lengthen my butt section. That might be horribly wrong, but that's what I do and that's what works. I jump from 25 pounds down to 14. Now, specifically, this is on my 8 weight. This is Stren Superknot. It was on sale at Walmart. I bought it. I've caught probably 100, 200 fish. Granted, they're little perch, nothing fancy. Never had it break. I fish rivers where there's a lot of stumps, rocks. I have yet to have a knot fail. I'm just going to put that out there. There's better line out there. There's cheaper line out there. That's what I'm using. I jumped from the 25 to the 14. Blood knot, once again, look it up. I don't have all the technology to be able to tell you how to do a blood knot. It's really simple. It takes a little while to get used to, but I've tied it so many times now that it's just natural habit. Then I go from that 14, I go to a 10. Oh, 14, I probably do about 2 feet of 14. Same thing, strand. They're little, so they're easy to carry in my bag, which I'm going to do a what's in my bag video. I jump from 14, about 2 feet of 14, about 2 feet of 10, and then you'll learn more about flies, fly size, and what you're doing. If I'm going to be throwing some bigger bugs, then I'm going to put about a foot to 2 feet of 6 pound. If I'm going to be throwing smaller bugs, then I jump straight to my 4 pound Fluoroclear. This is really good stuff. I like for my tippet, basically this is my tippet material. The tippet is the end of the leader so that you can cut that back, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, and you're not destroying your leader. Especially when you're tying your own leaders, you don't want to compromise that. When you're buying a tapered leader, because it starts off fat and goes down little, you don't want really fat. Keep cutting it back to where it's really fat. It's not going to fall over. Anyway, the bigger bug, I have 6 pound, then I go to 4 pound. Why do I go from monofilament to fluorocarbon? I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was on sale. I bought it around Christmas time. I don't remember. Um, if I'm throwing smaller bugs, I actually drop straight from the 10 pound to the 4 pound. Once again, from what I've read and what I've seen, I'm sure there's going to be some guys that do this professionally that tell me that I'm doing a horrible job. I'm not doing it right, and I shouldn't have a YouTube channel. I don't know. Don't really care. Here's what I know. I catch fish. I go into rivers. I throw bugs, mostly Prince Albert nymphs. Sorry, not Prince Albert nymphs. Prince nymphs. Um, and some poppers. I catch fish. So I'm not fishing for trout. I'm sure if you were going for trout, I'm not a big trout person yet. You might need to be a little bit more careful. I'm going for bass, panfish. Heck, I could throw a hot dog in a lake and catch something on, a piece of barbed wire. You don't have to be so careful with your purchases. You don't have to be so money tossing at different fly things. Orbis, Bass Pro, Gander Mountain. All the line you've seen tonight, I bought at Walmart. Okay? Not too good for Walmart. So that you don't have to go buy the $5-6 liters when you can spend, I'm pretty sure all of this cost me about 30 bucks. And that will last me forever. Now, as a bass fisherman, I will say this much. After a year, any line that you have, throw it away. I've lost a lot of nice fish because the line dry rots, the line sits. So yes, I do buy a lot of line. I make up a lot of liters. If you're only going to be going once or twice a year, it might be more cost effective for you to just get what you need. Every weekend I'm in a lake or in a river. Sometimes during the weekdays, I try to jump in as well. Hopefully that's helped out. Check me out on Instagram, bushrat2008. That's where you're going to see a lot of the photos of the fish that I'm catching with the bugs that I'm throwing on a regular basis. You might see some other stuff in there. My job, life, coffee. Love coffee. You'll see a lot of coffee on there. But that'll help you kind of follow me, what I'm doing. Please ask questions. If you're a beginner, I say beginner because I'm not experienced. If you're really, really experienced, you probably know more than I do. Ask the question. I'll try to answer it. Just don't be a butthole about it. If you see something maybe that you're trying to get into, you're like, hey, this is a gap. I'd love to make a video about something that maybe you need a gap for. Or you found a gap in information. If I can help you, I will. If I have another video, because I watch YouTube videos constantly and do the research, I'll try to help you there. Okay, cool. Tight lines, guys. Have a great time fishing, keeping up with the lakes, and catch more fish.